What's going on, guys? Jagira here, and I hope you're all having a beautiful day. And just before I get into it, if my voice sounds a little bit different from usual, it's kind of sore, so bear with me. Anyway, it is the 22nd of June, and there has been a Warriors Den, and with it, they announced the public test servers, and they've also announced tournament mode. It's only duels, nothing else, but it's still a step in the right direction, and I'm looking forward to it. Little thing though, the download for the public test server, you can pre-download it on the 27th and it goes live on the 29th. So all of you, make sure you get it, because I want to try and go against a few of you if you play on PC in the tournament. It's going to be great. Anyway, let's get into the rest of the video. So as you can see now, I've put a wonderful graph up on here, and this is the player ranking system. As you can see, it's divided in two steps. Step 1, Step 2. Step 1, when you load up a tournament for the first time, you're going to be unranked. You've got to complete 20 qualifying matches to therefore get put into your rank, and your ranks are called tiers. I personally think while 20 qualification matches does sound like a hell of a lot, obviously the more qualification matches you've got, hopefully this means that they can therefore pinpoint your tier where you should be a little bit better. But you know, we shall see. This is all subject to change. I just want to cover it a little bit. Step 2, like I said, your ranks, they're not called ranks, they're called tiers, and your tiers go bronze, silver, gold, platinum and diamond, and then within each tier there is 5 divisions. Bronze has got 1 to 5, silver 1 to 5, gold, you get the point. Now, underneath that, you can see that the ranking distribution. Bronze 20%, silver 20%, gold 30%, platinum 20%, and diamond 10%. The idea of this, they said on stream, is they want a sort of bell curve. Now, this is going to go pretty nicely, because that means that a lot of the player base is going to be located between high silver and low platinum, which is probably where most people will be. But we all know, guys, I'm going to be diamond 5, so no sweat in there really. Now, the next photo, this one's only going to show us a little bit, it's also the thumbnail, but you can see here on the, where it says there, dual ranking gold 4, completion 25%. To upgrade your division, you have to go and get 100% in the division to unlock the next one. So that's nice really. It's also, it shows you how much you've completed, so you have an idea of how much you're working towards. This is basically every competitive game where you have brackets, because you know with the brackets you therefore have like things inside them to then get on to the next one. In Overwatch you have your ranks, and then within that you have the points. When you get enough points, you'll break over into the next bracket. There we go. Anyway, now on to the public test dual tournament format. I've practiced saying that more than I'd care to admit. Now this is the only one I screenshotted. There is other ones of this going around, and this is the one of where it's one pool. There's some where it shows 2 pools, 3 pools, 4 pools, 5 pools, probably not 5 pools. It shows many pools and not swimming pools. A pool in here is going to be comprised of 4 people, or 4 teams. Okay? With the dual tournament, each team's going to have 1 person. You then got your qualifiers. You do 3 matches during the qualifiers, and then you will then go on to playing. You know, the best against the worst, they say here, of the pool in the playoffs, single elimination. How do you know if you're the best and the worst? Well, what they're going to do is when you win a game in your qualifier, you get 3 points. When you draw, you get 1. And when you lose, you get 0. So obviously they'll add those together at the end and see who will be going against who. After the playoffs, you then go into the final, and then whoever wins that is the champion of that tournament. So that's covered the basics of it, but let's go into the technical things. One of the things they've mentioned is they're adding routers to this. And the reason they're adding routers is because it's going to allow people of different NAT types to play together. Hopefully make it a little bit more stable, because while matchmaking's not, why the connectivity, sorry, it's not going to be stable completely. It's going to be more than what we're used to. Okay. That's one thing they're doing. It also hides your IP address so people can't DDoS you. That's another good thing. But another thing they're doing, if you rage quit, you get a 1 hour penalty and you are penalised. They haven't mentioned what the penalisation is. But that's a pretty, 1 hour without playing tournament, I think that's pretty good actually. You know, you get some people, it's just like, oh, well, you get a 10-minute ban and some XP loss and shit. We'll see how this really carries on, but hey, I think they're going in the right direction with this. So, we mentioned that there's going to be routers. Matchmaking is going to be improved. What they are going to be doing is the game modes are going to take longer to get in because they're going to make sure they match you with someone who is of your skill. And this is an important thing, obviously, because you don't want to be going against someone who's not of your skill. Because of this, there is no grace period. There's no 30-second grace period where at the start of the game you can quit without being getting the penalty. You don't get that. They say your grace period is the minutes running up to getting into a game. Games can last anywhere between 30 to 90 minutes, so make sure you put away quite a lot of time for this because an hour and 30 minutes is a very, very long time. I think that's, personally thinking, 90 minutes does seem very, very long. To me, just an hour at most. Like when you have some MOBA games and they go like up to an hour and over an hour, you just start losing patience and you get impatient. That's why I think they did say it's unlikely that it will do that, but it can. Hey, with turtling, it probably will. You know, that's all I'm saying. So, you do your tournament, you win. I hear you ask, what do you get? So, they've got you covered. You will be getting extra loot. Now, while you will also be getting your bog standard loot after every game, right? And you'll be getting your war assets deployed after every match as well, right? You get extra loot. Now, what happens is after every win, you fill up this sort of weird looking trophy with swords. And if you've won every game and you've got the finals, you hit the legendary reward. You know, you are a reward, legendary. Good memes, guys, good memes. And in the stream, they showcased off an exclusive ornament. You know what? Why that may not have sounded as impressive, think of what they can do with this in the future. They could be having effects in there. New outfits. Emotes. You know, the possibilities are endless, really, of what they can be putting in this. And, I mean, I'd love to hear, guys, what would you really like to see in the boxes? I know one thing I would like to, and it sounds stupid, is new looking gear. Like, what's the way to say it? You know, like how your weapons, you've got the rare ones with the little stars? Have that for gear. And have weapons like it as well. So you can get like a sort of set. That would be really awesome. Because not only would it be a sort of like a grindathon, but it would also be like, look, not only have I put many hours into doing this, every time I've done it, I've won. And I've got this awesome looking skin. I deserve this. I would love to see that. So, like I've also said, the servers you can pre-download it on the 27th and it starts the 29th of June. Make sure you get it, guys, because, well, the more people who test it, the more input they can have back. The more input they have back, they can therefore tweak it so it's going to work better for all of us in general. There is no NDA on it, by the way. That's like non-disclosure agreement. For those of you who don't understand, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really understand either. I had to check it up afterwards. No shame to admit. So, you can just record away. I think I'm going to record it when it goes up. So, be ready to see some of that. Oh, and another little thing that they've got a voice actor who, after every game, he's just like, if you win, don't tell anyone, but you're my favourite. Why I can see that getting very cringy very quickly. If this voice actor guy wants to compliment me after every game, I will sure as hell let him, because God knows my ego needs the boost for that. Anyway, guys, this is basically the... what do you call it? This is the summary of what we've really got. they'll probably go into it in a little bit more depth on forums and in live streams to come. So obviously if I know anything else about that, I will let you know. I will round it off quickly on a few little tips they had in the Q&A. They got plans to fix Centurion in 4v4. This will mitigate some of his CC to make him a bit more bearable. But in 1v1 he's not being touched, that's fair. And they're also working on the tracking. So finally, you know, being gangbanged by a bunch of Centurions isn't going to be as painful. In the tournament mode, they're turning off 1v1. And also in normal 1v1s, they're turning off 1v1. I believe that is what Roman said. If I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But you know, this is a godsend. Turning off revenge in 1v1s. Thank you, because I know I would flip a keyboard if I'm in my tournament, I'm up against a warlord, he pops revenge and headbutt spam me to death. Anyway, they're looking into more cosmetics and stuff for high reputation players, and they're going to be working on the turtle meta, revenge and the flicker zone stuff. That's all still coming. Anyway guys, thank you for sticking with me to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it and you like me doing these sort of recaps and giving my points and all that, leave a like. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, leave a sub and become absolutely awesome. Remember guys, you can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Those links are in the description box below, so make sure you do check me out on those stuff. I do try to post to them regularly, and if you want to talk to me, what better way to do it over Twitter or catching me on Twitch. Talking about Twitch, I'm going to start streaming a lot more. If you guys would like to see me stream more often, let me know, and also put in the comments what days do you think are best for you. I'm really going to just try and fit this around you guys, because at the end of the day, it's you guys who are watching, and it's you guys who are awesome for getting my channel where it is. So thank you all immensely. Anyway, I've been Jagira, you've all been awesome. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.